The basketball card market is alive.
It's alive! It's alive!
Dappz is officially back with the NBA license. But is it good or bad for collectors? And what does this massive shift mean for Panini rookie cards over the last 15 years? Let's break it all down. What is up, everybody? I am Dappz, here with the one and only Ethan, biggest sports card buyer in the entire universe by double. And welcome to another episode of Up or Down, the show where we track a card's price and what makes it go up or down. But first, we love our fans and we want to show our appreciation with our weekly Lennox Loot giveaway. And last week, we gave away this Leaf 5 of 7 Mike Tyson auto. And the winner is Henry Manicave. 4335 says, discuss Dappz taking over the license, which is exactly what we're doing today. Remember, guys, get in the comments. All you have to do to win a giveaway is subscribe to Dappz Sports, like this video, and comment what you want to see in a future episode. That's what Henry, that's what Henry did. And Henry also won the Mike Tyson. Congratulations. Guys, remember, go click the link below this video and download the Lennox app. You're going to be able to upload all of your cards into the Lennox app, and it's going to give you a real-time value of your collection. Really cool app. Check it out. And we've also got another giveaway, and we're going to show you the card right. No, we're not. Keep watching. We're giving away another card in this episode. Ethan, a new era has begun in the sports card hobby, and I think you and I are, it's a little bittersweet, it's a little fun, it's a little sad. Panini Prizm is out the door, one of our favorites, along with National Treasures, Flawless, Select, all the good stuff. But now, a new era. We have our first paper product coming out this month. Are you excited?
Like you said, it was bittersweet. I'm excited for new product. That's going to be fun. Am I gonna miss Panini? 100%. And I want to reflect on the Panini card because when you look back, we had some of the best patch autos ever. We had some of the best case hits ever. And between 2012 and 2025, it was just a good time for cards. Like the market in general has probably 4 or 5x since that period. So, you know, Panini does a lot of wrong. They still fuck with my redemptions. They still have shitty quality control, but when they get it right, they really get it right.
And they got it right very recently. This week, Panini Prism Black basketball came out, and this is not a product that has really existed. Prism Black exists in other sets, Chronicles, etc. But this product is elite, Ethan. They're going out with a bang. I'm telling you, I've never seen so many players. LeBron has an iconic print where he's doing this from a game, right, with the crown. Steph has the night. Ant-Man has what the logo he was given, or the stance he was given to KD right in that game where he was like that. Brunson has the 3 over his face. There's so many iconic prints, and I could see this Prism Black really making a name for itself long term as a product that Panini kind of went out the door with. I don't know if it's the best time to buy right now because there's just so many overhyped cards right now, and the market's going nuts. By the way, there's a LeBron Witness Color Blast, like where he's like this. We hit it today on stream. Wow. $10,000 card. A guy paid $20 to get into the break.
Oof. Yeah, so the new product rush. This is a very interesting timeline because it couldn't have been timed better. Like, the market is as hot as it's ever been for basketball. Can you agree? You see these new Jordan sales, these new Kobe sales, just basketball through the roof. And they released 5 products in 1 month that are just elite. Like, sorry, 6 products. They went NT, they went Flawless, they went Panini 1, then they went Optic, Eminence, and now Prism Black. And is it an overloaded product? Sure. But are they doing a fucking good job? Yes. Like you said, the mangas in Prism Black with the curry, the cooking, and the Joker with the cards. You have the numbered downtown that you know I'm a fan of. You have the Panini one, impeccable numbers. I just did a big lot deal last night with a big hobby whale. Just 80K of just beautiful pieces left and right. It's like Flawless has patch autos of every player you can think of. You have Jeremy Lin. We have Derrick Rose. We have Kevin Love. Guys we haven't seen signed in a very long time. Oh, let's talk about Silhouettes. That's our 7th product where they're just dumping out logo men. So here's the thing. We're looking back at Panini from 2012 till now. And the early stuff, consistent, we're a fan of. We have good immaculate patches. We have kabooms and downtowns. But these last 2 months, man, I want to know if we're going to look back at it and be like, hey, this was peak Panini, or hey, this was just offloading bullshit Panini. My argument is, as a big card fan himself, this is the pinnacle of Panini right now.
Yeah, I mean, it's. I think part of it is what you said. The market's so hot right now for basketball, and you also brought up how some of the biggest sales ever were Panini cards over the last couple of years. You saw the Patrick Mahomes Shield, you saw the NT Luka, right? These are Panini cards that were made in the last 15 years. Some of them were produced in the last 7-8 years, right?
Yeah.
So these have hit some of the highest numbers. Obviously, you have your LeBrons and your Topps, Steph Currys, or your Upper Deck or Exquisite that have also, topped the charts. But it's very cool to see Topps coming back with licenses, new product. What's going to happen? We don't know. I'm curious. I like to look at history as a marker, right? So the last year of Topps was like 2010?
Yeah, 2009 would be 2010, 2009, yes.
Yeah, so that's
year.
Steph Curry era.
Yep.
So kind of a weird year because obviously Steph's going to sell forever, but I don't think people really collect 2009 Topps.
Well, they do because of the class was so good.
But I'm just saying, like, outside of Steph and Harden and Westbrook, right?
DeRozan,
like, But I guess what I'm saying is 2009 Topps Chrome LeBron James, right? Like, collectible, but 03, 04, 05, all years that are
08,
right, like way more iconic than 09. And I don't even know right now as we sit here if I can think of some like all-star players at the time of 09 that are doing crazy numbers. And maybe I'm wrong. But I guess what I'm trying to parallel is the last year of Topps. Now you have 15 years later, the last year of Panini for maybe a little while. So those sale prices would be an indicator of what Panini will do long term. And I still am bullish on Panini 11, 12, 2013.
Yes.
Those are going to go up long term because that's what you see with Topps, right? Topps LeBrons, those go nuts long term. Panini 2011, 2012, 2013, those are going to go nuts, in my opinion.
Totally. 2012 Prizm, I mean, we're going to look back at that and be like, that was a beginning of an era. I know people who only started collecting in the Panini era, and that's all they know. They don't really know, like, the 2008 Topps Chrome. They don't know about the PMGs. They don't even go into vintage. But, luckily, throughout the timeline of basketball, we've always had pretty solid cards. Because we can even look at the Fleers, like 86 and the Stars. Like, they're actually still getting a lot of love. I think a Star Jordan, which was made in someone's garage in Fort Lauderdale, is now selling for $1 million cards. So I'm not worried at Topps. They'll end up making cards that we will like. But how long is it going to take? Are we going to have a whole year of just shitting on Topps until we finally get a card we like? Because I saw the Topps product. I saw the preview. It looks okay. But Topps paper is not really a good product. Like, 2008 Topps paper gold LeBron is like a 5AK card. And it's kind of ugly because that paper doesn't grade well. It doesn't refract. If you want something shiny, silvery, I think the way that Topps wins the basketball market is putting out these Wemby autos in the jersey, which will be super sought after. They still have rights for LeBron James, so they can put LeBron James autos in jerseys. They can put Steph Curry autos in jerseys. If you can capitalize on the amount of players you have and then put out a product that is still kind of nice, I think after Topps, we go Topps Chrome. After Topps Chrome, we go RPA, and then they can build upon that.
I love that. And this will kind of be considered in the hobby, I imagine, as Wemby's rookie RPA, right? Because now you're finally going to get that auto jersey Wemby this year. And that, listen, it's not a true rookie, but listen, the hobby determines things, right? And they'll determine this is the first year there was ever an auto and a patch from a jersey with Wemby's auto on it. Same thing for Stroud, by the way. Anthony Richardson was in that class, who stinks. So, that's probably not going to matter. But again, we've talked about this on the show before too. You have patches now. Right? The rookie debut patch in baseball, then the WrestleMania patch.
And you've seen the football ones.
But wait till they start doing playoff patches or championship patches. And now you're going to elevate guys into cards, and they're going to be absolutely disgusting. Everything you've seen in baseball, by the way, Topps now. Obviously, that's coming for basketball. I'm still not a huge fan of Topps now, only because make it chrome, right? Make the card look better, and I'm behind Topps now. And also, I don't think they need the Topps Now brand. Keep it as Topps Chrome, Keep it as Tops. You don't need this now thing, right? It releases now, but you don't need to brand it as now. Make a beautiful card. Don't ruin it with now, right? Because, listen, I don't know how you feel. Do you want to collect the Tops now?
No. No, and also other products I don't want to collect: the Midnight set, the Royalty set, the all these bullshit drops they have. I just don't like what Topps has been doing so far with Resurgence, like Topps Signature. Like, these sets are fucking ugly. So let's figure out something that looks good so that I can collect. I don't want to, like you said, I don't want Topps now. I want pack pulled stuff, because that's where the hobby started from. We're ripping open packs, and let's not take that out of our industry. But they have the balls in their court. They could really prove me wrong, because they have the money to do what they say, and they have the athletes. So, like you said, Jaden Daniels will finally have an RPA. Wemby, they have the dynasty ones, but I don't want a Yankees jersey. Wemby doesn't know who the Yankees fucking are. I think he's ever watched baseball in his goddamn life. I want to see Stroud cards. I want to see LeBron cards. I mean, we even haven't had LeBron autos ever in Panini, so we even just dealing with a bunch of fucking patches, which is it's cool, but it's not as cool as some ink. So go hard. Go hard on LeBron. We don't have a lot of time left with him. So let's just see good in-game LeBron stuff.
Absolutely. And that LeBron stuff is going to go nuts long-term too, because there was an era where LeBron had no patches with autos on it, right? Obviously, he's got his exquisite and his good stuff early in his career, but then you went 10 or 15 years without LeBron patch autos, right? And now, by the way, you're going to get them on the Lakers. So there's no Heat ones that exist. I guess you could, in theory, Topps could find a game-used Heat jersey and have LeBron obviously sign that stuff and still put it in and make it after the fact, which is still cool, by the way, as long as it's game-used. But what's even cooler than that, think about this, Ethan. I'll use the New York Giants against the Patriots as a comparison, right? Giants weren't really supposed to win the championship that year. They were a wild card team. Maybe they won 9 games. There's a lot of, every so often there's a Cinderella story. A team wins that's not supposed to win. There's a hero who's really not an MVP type candidate, but he blows up in that finals. So, for example, imagine if you had patches, Eli Manning, Tom Brady, like unique Super Bowl patches, but also Mario Manningham, who means absolutely nothing until he has a patch in that game, and now he's collectible forever, because no matter what, and most likely a Giants fan is going to collect this, but you're telling me you or me wouldn't be like, this was the patch that he caught the catch in, the helmet catch, this is that one, right? Or David Tyree.
Dude, I love that take, because Topps has the money to go acquire these things. Panini was just using their license and getting what they can get. I think Topps has the bag. Go call up David Tyree and get that jersey. Go call up Mario Manningham and get that jersey. Also, hot take, that Mario Manningham catch was better than David Tyree catch. But like I said, go get stuff we haven't seen before. Change the game, Topps. I don't want to see you copy Panini. I want to see you overtake Panini.
And by the way, I'm not even saying you need to cut that jersey up. I'm saying if there's a patch on it, the player can keep his Super Bowl jersey. We get the patch. Patch goes into a card, and now your patch is attached to history, right? And that means a lot, because it doesn't have to be LeBron James. It doesn't have to be Tom Brady. Mario Manningham and David Tyree are basically forgotten players unless you're a Giants fan or just a true knowledge of ball.
Yeah, like I have the best knowledge in this building without a doubt. But I can say is I want to see the players no one talks about. I want to see the Tony Allens. I want to see the Mehmet Okurs. Like, I want something that I couldn't get in Panini and just bring out and show me something that's so nostalgic that I just need to spend my money on it.
And I believe Topps is going to be creatively exactly where we need to be. And I know that because I'm the biggest knowledge of ball in this building.
We're going to figure this out.
Moving right along to our favorite segment. Ethan, what are we buying this week?
What I'm buying this week is a card I wanted to talk to you about. Like we just said, we like players that we haven't seen in a while. Like Jeremy Lin, we're not talking about as the greatest player ever, but it's cool to bring back Linsanity. And I have a question for you as a Knicks fan that I asked my dad this last week. Where does Jeremy Lin rank on the all-time Knicks leaderboard?
Anywhere near the top.
Not top 10?
No one cared. I mean, listen, Linsanity was awesome. In New York, at the Garden, everybody loved Lin. It was a great time. And listen, would have been cool to maybe like give him a contract. The fact of the matter is Carmelo Anthony was the guy on the team. He got injured. Lin came in, had an insane run, energized New York. We'll always love him for it. By the way, I didn't want Lin to leave. I didn't want Jeremy Lin to go to the Raptors or the Lakers or the Bobcats or whatever team he was on, the Hornets, right? But, you know, I don't think New York is very particular about who their rock star is, right? And they were not going to let Jeremy Lin come and mess with Melo at the time. And listen, the Knicks, similar to my Mets, similar to my Jets, they all stink.
My argument is he's probably better than Latrell Sprewell. He's probably better than Charles Oakley. So I think he's a top 10 Knick of all time. And it's sad to say because that Knicks franchise, I mean, like, Walt Frazier's probably better, Ewing's better. Like, there's a couple names, but I mean, Jeremy Lin.
Latrell Sprewell was an all-star. Jeremy Lin, not an all-star.
Yeah, but people forget Latrell was even on that team. Also, never won anything. Wouldn't actually no one of the Knicks wins anything. So back to the card. Jeremy Lin Timeless Moments is a very cool card.
This is a cool card. I'll give you that.
Yeah.
For $188 auto with the Linsanity Time magazine. Very, very cool.
This was such a nostalgic card, so we're going to pay out of pocket for it because you want to see in your collection. You want to tell your grandchild, hey, we used to have this little Asian guy from Harvard that came in for the Knicks and dropped 40 points when no one expected him.
Well,
so
part of the Linsanity though too is like the story behind Jeremy Lin. He was sleeping on his buddy's couch before he signed a 10-day contract with the Knicks. Then signs with the Knicks. Melo goes down. Within like 30 days, he's balling out at MSG, the most famous arena in the world, right? And he's dropping daggers, winning games in a way that the city needed at the time.
In the way the Knicks have never seen. So, which I'm saying is why Jeremy Lin...
Until Jalen Brunson, of course.
Jeremy Lin might be a top 10 Knick of all time at this point.
There is no way Jeremy Lin is a top 10 Knick of all time, just so you know.
You could go look at this card, and you're going to be like, this is at $100. Probably will do on $500.
Can you name 3 New York Knicks who played in the 70s? Go.
Ewing, Oakley, Starks.
Okay, Ewing played in the 90s, was drafted in 85. So was Oakley and Starks. Let's go to the 70s.
Frazier, King, Reed.
Nice.
Boom.
That was impressive.
Thank you. My dad's a Knicks fan.
Good.
Go back to Jeremy Lin. We're not done talking about it. What the fuck are we doing? This Jeremy Lin card, you might be like, who the fuck's buying Jeremy Lin? These are $100 autos. No one gives a shit. This is going to be a 2K card because this is such a cool card and such a cool moment from such a good product. This is what I'm talking about with Topps. We don't need to see Eli Manning. We want to see Mario Manningham. Bring us the vibes.
Bring us the vibes. I like that. Okay. What else you got?
Next, a Topps case hit that we actually liked. Topps figured it out. Sure, did they have to steal everything Panini's done and just take manga and turn it into anime? Sure, but it's a cool card.
But the television makes it unique, okay?
Yeah.
I'll give them that. Like, the TV around it, that is cool.
Well, it's an homage to an early 60s Topps, like the Willie Mazes. Sorry, the year's wrong. I'm not a vintage guy, but this used to be a type of card that came out. Nonetheless, this is a number to 5 Derek
It used
Jeter.
to be a type of TV, Ethan, too, before your time.
Yeah, I only know Game Boys. Derek Jeter 2-5 manga
Jarek
case
Jeter
hit.
or Derek Jeter? Is that with a D or a
We're
J?
resetting this. We're restarting this.
No, we're not. Keep it rolling. Keep it rolling. We love
Listen,
this.
Derek Jeter, one of the most overrated shortstops in history, literally only famous because the Yankees left him there, kind of like Jim Harbaugh, why he's the coach of the Ravens, because he was good at one point. So
John
let's keep
Harbaugh,
him
yeah.
around for 20 years. But yeah, Derek Jeter 2-5. This is a good card. People like it. It looks sick. It's at $200. It'll probably end up at $1,000, but it's a PSA 8, so no one wants it. Grab it, crack it, BGS it, sell it for $2K.
Dude, Jeter sells. He just keeps selling. His Garbage Pail Kid comes out. It's doing 300 raw.
Dude, he's
like
so
non-numbered.
overrated. I hate Derek Jeter. He ruined my Marlins. He's a piece of scumbag. He might own Arena Club, which I'm a fan of, but that's the only good thing he's ever done.
Also, Red Refractor, though, at 224, 2 days left. This kind of seems like a steal.
Yeah, it is a
Right?
steal. That's why I put it on the show.
Even at 600-700, I still feel like it's
Dude, this is financial advice. Go buy the card. Tell me I'm wrong.
And we just you made somebody what, 30K last week?
Yes.
2 weeks ago?
He was at my store with the card yesterday. Like, how much you want to give me for it? Like,
Oh, he didn't sell it yet?
no,
He just got the offer.
dude, he thinks it's $100K, and it's honestly when Tatum comes back and shows people he's an elite player.
Who is your homie? What's his name?
Marco.
Marco. Listen, I'm sure you've done plenty of deals. All right, but let me tell you a story real quick, Marco, because I know you're watching this. I had an offer 2 years ago. Anthony Richardson, 1 of 1, Black Prizm, for $25K. I thought the card was worth $40 because the true 101 did $90, and I wanted roughly half of that, which I didn't think was unreasonable. That card is worth $5K right now. Take your money now. There's no guarantees these downtowns are going to stay with these prices. They're hot right now. Get rid of that card. Make $30K. Put $60K into something else that Ethan advises on this show.
Dappz just put Jason Tatum and Anthony Richardson on the same plate is crazy. Jason Tatum is a NBA champion, a first ballot Hall of Famer, and only 27 years old.
Hold on there, Ethan boy. We're not putting them on the same plate. We're teaching stories of how to prevent losses. I'm not comparing Jason Tatum to Anthony Richardson. The only story that I'm telling here is that when you have an offer, you should consider it.
Yeah, he considered it.
I'm not comparing Jason Tatum to Anthony Richardson at all. I'm just saying you have a $60,000 offer on that card right now. You might have a $40,000 offer in 3 months.
You could.
Right?
But Jason Tatum won't play for a year, so you're safe.
Sure. But it's also good to take profits was my only point. Especially when you can make that much profit in 30 days.
Yeah.
Like, I guess what I'm saying, too, is how much more are you going to make on that card?
Maybe
are you gonna
20 grand.
Right, and you got to wait a year.
Yeah.
So now the question becomes to Marco is you can't make 20 grand off of that 60 over the year?
You know,
yes,
that's
you
valid.
can.
That's very valid.
That's valid.
Elite ball knowledge. Next, we have a 3-time champion who might win a 4th. Mookie Betts, Heritage Real Ones Auto, PSA 10. And like I talked about, Topps does have some cool shit. Real Ones, great set. You get an autographed on a card that looks like he signed it aftermarket, but it's in the market. Let's see Topps Chrome do like a real one. Let's see a basketball product where it's an action shot with a real auto. No, I don't need an auto gap that whites it out. I want to see it like on the card. Kind of nostalgic. This guy's great. This guy's a Hall of Famer. Buy this card.
Love Mookie Betts. I'm curious as to, how many people who watch the show are modern buyers versus any vintage, and I'm sure less people obviously collect vintage who watch the show. I hope vintage buyers do watch the show. And the reason I'm asking this is I'm looking at this card. I love the Mookie play. I have 2 reactions to this card. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it because it's so dull, right? Like, I hate it because it has that. But then I go, you know what? It's cool.
It's different.
It's cool. It's different. It's on card. You're right. I love the fact that it looks like it's an aftermarket auto. It's not. It's growing on me. For sure.
It should grow on you. And listen, only rich people collect vintage, and they're not watching the show because they're already rich. You guys have the opportunity to buy cards like this and become rich. This is financial advice. Go buy this card.
This is not financial advice.
Mookie Betts. This is going to be a $1,000 card.
All right, who else you got?
I want to talk about some young kids. Maybe next show we'll talk about the rookies from last year and this year. But Matas Buzelis, when he was on the Elite, I thought he was a stud. This kid's a bucket. And now you look at the Bulls, and they're a bunch of bullshit. They have no one on the team. Matas Buzelis might be taking 20 shots a game. So one of the better kids in this class. I like the card. It's gold. It's PSA 10. No, I hate the sparkles, but yes, this card's cheap for what it is. $400. This could be $1,500 in the season. He could average 20 points a game. I wouldn't put it past him.
Hey, gold is always going to be something you could sell also. So.
Gold is gold.
All right, what else you got?
Jambalaya LeBron. The Jambalaya series has taken off. The Kobe's and the Jordan Jambalayas have 5x in the past calendar year. And it doesn't make sense because the Kobe and the Jordan aren't even that rare. The Kobe and the Jordan are cool cards, or first-year Jambalayas, but, LeBrons are way shorter print. Look at the pop of this card. There's like 25 graded in existence. I think these cards have so much room to go up because they're really cool cards and they're really tough grades. So go out and invest in the Jambalaya LeBrons. LeBron market is the next bump. If he really retired this morning, this card would have 3x'd. Just wait for the retirement. Wait for people to get the accolades.
Honestly, I didn't even know LeBron had a Jambalaya. I thought this was pre-LeBron,
So he has an 03, an 04, an 05, and an 06. He has 4 Jambalayas, and they're all cool, and they're all really cheaper than Kobe.
Super low pop, too.
Super low. And the orange and the green is cool. Imagine like a Gatorade. I don't know. I like it.
Love it. What else you got?
So now we have one of the...
This is disgusting.
Disgusting, and you're going to get such a discount for the same card. This is a cracked ice Mahomes Contenders auto, and a PSA 10 of this card just did like 170,000. This is not rookie year.
This is out of honors.
This is out of honors. So it's the same card, but released in 2020, and it was like a recollection. So basically there was a Contenders auto that was never signed. They're like, shit, I'm not throwing this in the trash. Mahomes, sign this, hand number this. We're going to put it out. This card is at 8K. This card's probably going to finish for way under 20K. And if this card just said 2017 on it, it would be a $70K card. So go fucking buy it. Mahomes is the greatest quarterback of all time. He'll be in a Super Bowl again this year. It's a beautiful card.
This is a beautiful card,
Beautiful
dude.
card.
This is a beautiful card.
Yeah, I'll be bidding on this.
I
For
might be
real.
bidding on this too.
Yeah, don't bid me up, people. And look, the auto's at 10, bro. Mahomes never has 10 autos. And so they're saying this is honors, which means they recollected it, and they're lying. This card was actually signed in 2017. That is Mahomes' old autograph. This is not the new auto. So this is literally the same card you could have gotten in 2017 for a 1/5 of the price.
Well, this is a card that 20 years from now, when people see this signature, they're like, I don't give a shit. I want that
care.
Mahomes. It's so sick.
I can
1
get
or 2.
20%. I can get the card at 20% of the real card. It's the same card.
And by the way, we ripped. My buddy was ripping honors back in 2020.
So good.
Honors was really hot, and
Such a good product.
it was such a good product. And listen, there was hit or miss, but there was an Aaron Rodgers Kaboom, and it had a 101, and he signed it. And you know, you don't get Kaboom signed,
No.
right? So it was a really cool card. And that's honors, man. And to be honest, honors is not an easy box to even find these days.
No, it's such a good product. And when it's so funny you bring this up. One of my biggest regret sells ever is Mahomes has an honors downtown to 3 or 4, and it's the first year downtown 2018. I sold it for like $9,000, and it's probably worth 30 or maybe even more one day. It's such a good card. Honors is such a good product, and it's kind of hard to hit in.
Speaking of Kabooms, what do you got next?
This is the last card we're talking about because I think this card's going to end for way cheaper than it is because it's the first year green Kaboom. It's in a Golden State jersey. It's Klay Thompson, and it's a PSA 10. This card is electric, and it started an era. This is a first year green PMG. This is like Curry's brother. Like if this card was Steph Curry, you're talking $1 million. This is Klay Thompson. You can get it for under 50, 60K. You should go buy it and you should forget you own it because in 10, 20 years, people are going to see this card and it's going to be so expensive.
So expensive. And I love the comparison of a first year green Kaboom being like a PMG. And for people watching this show who, listen, of course, there's people who like your buddy Marco, maybe they want to flip a card in 3 months or 6 months or 1 month or a year, whatever. But there's also people who are going to buy and stash. And they're going to hold long term. And this is one of those cards that, like you said, forget you have it. This thing is just going to go wildly up in price.
Yeah.
And look at historical data, again, which we talk about all the time. Look at green PMGs and red PMGs of the 90s and how much they're selling for. And by the way, not of players that were amazing. Right, like
bad players.
And Klay Thompson is not a bad player. This is a guy who won 4 championships.
4 championships. He's super relevant, and also I don't think Klay Thompson is one of those players that you're going to disappear in a couple of years. He'll be on news segments. He'll be on ESPN. Like Klay Thompson's a very marketable, fun, cool guy.
Dating Meg Thee Stallion.
Exactly. So watch this card. People are going to look at it and be like, "Hey, it's a 60K card." And I wouldn't be surprised if it does 200, 150. Like this card will explode. I'm a big buyer on this.
Okay, Ethan, this account, Ash Robin Collects, he threw up this video this week, which was basically criticizing PSA because they graded this Pokemon card, a PSA 10. There's clearly chipping on the back edge of it. It's not a PSA 10. It's probably like an 8. I don't even think you could have a 9 with the amount of chipping on this. And then the next problem is that PSA not only graded this card a PSA 10, but now they are actively selling the card. So now the card went through a PSA grader, mistake in grading, and then it went to a sales division where another person at PSA has listed it and made a mistake.
Well, let me clear things up with this guy because he's probably new to the hobby. He knows what he's talking about. People have been misgrading cards for a long time. Look at the Beckett in the early 2000s. They were just giving away 10s, and people were turning the cards around being like, this card's destroyed, and Beckett was just taking side money. So PSA or BGS or whoever misgrading cards is super normal for the years. That's why they have at NBA. Mike Baker, who's the longest tenured PSA grader ever, will put a stamp on your card, basically grading the eye appeal, which does bring a lot of value. And also, if you have like a black diamond NBA, it probably does more than what a PSA 10 does if it's a PSA 9. And that being said, this card is not PSA's card. This card was graded by PSA, put into their vault, and that guy tried to sell it immediately because he's smart. He knows the card's a piece of shit. No reason intent. Did he backdoor the card and pay a guy some money? Probably. But I couldn't guarantee that. All I'm saying is that as we've preached on this show through the fucking years is that you buy the card and not the grade. look at the card, make your own opinion. You're a normal person. You should know about cards. You shouldn't just be a guy who just scans it and looks up the comment and be like, it's worth that much money. Use your fucking brain to look at the card and buy it how you do it accordingly.
I completely agree with that. I also think that 2010 pre-Beckett, listen, there was obviously a period of time where grading started, and I guarantee you they didn't even grade the back of the card. They just look at the front. And then a bunch of collectors go, well, what about the back of the card, right? So after X amount of years, I couldn't tell you that. Some people in the hobby who were around back then collecting can probably tell you the first year that started of the back of cards being graded, right? But now we're in a time where that matters. The back of the card does matter, and this is a problem. And yes, maybe it's not. Maybe it didn't get through the second pass through of PSA. Maybe only the grader messed this up, and then he put it in the vault. Right, and now it's listed under PSA. So now Jeff Wilson is excited because PSA is announcing repack certification, and obviously he's excited because he's released his own repack that is certified through Cards HQ. And by the way, get your money, Jeff. Do your thing. I know Jeff personally. I like the guy, but what I don't like is that PSA is the one certifying these repacks, and we've already just seen now that they're not doing their job. So who's policing PSA when they're not grading cards properly? Who's policing PSA when they're the ones saying, okay, well, these repacks are allowed, but these aren't allowed, right? So listen, I know everybody in the hobby, everybody wants to not be scammed, right? And that should be a standard in this hobby. No one should be scamming anybody. We should be getting scammers out of the industry, right? But at the same time, this doesn't feel right. On the heels of PSA not doing their jobs in terms of grading, now as hobbyists and collectors, we're supposed to go, oh, well, we trust you, PSA, to make sure that all these repacks are certified.
Yeah, this video rubbed me the wrong way because I don't know why Jeff Wilson's pretending like he didn't know this was happening 3 months ago. This was in the Whatnot it's in the Whatnot brain for a long time. They've been auditing companies to drop this for a while. Bleacher, Backyard, Read the Hobby. They've already gone through their audit. Their repack never skipped a beat. Jeff Wilson knew this was happening. So let's not be stupid. Do I have a problem with PSA certified repack? Of course, bro. Like, if you've recently looked, if you grade a card on PSA, they offer you a cash out on the card so they can use on the repack. They're even paying stupid prices for cards just because they know this is going to sell. Should there be moderation on Whatnot? 100%. There's these little scammy kids who are freaking out right now, and they should because they're done making free money off people. But is your PSA repack justified? No, bro, because you got idiots working there. Like, listen, you're looking at the guy who fucking invented repacks. There was no rules back in 2020. We were just wild Western cards left and right. So is this a good thing? Yes. Like, Whatnot moderating their platform is good. Is PSA taking over the repack space good? No.
Definitely not.
Either Fanatics, also, no. They buy cards based off card ladder value. I know this shit. I'm not here scamming people. I'm buying you good cards. And listen, I know
hold on. That gets into my point. Listen, not all repacks are bad.
No.
Right? And also, I think that it's very transparent. If you have a checklist, as a buyer, these are all the cards in the set. These are your odds, right? And by the way, when you look at odds from Dappz or Fanatics or Panini, the odds that you have to hit a card, they're not per box. They're per set, right? They're per print run, right? So your odds are horrible. Your odds in repacks are actually way better of hitting than those odds. So listen, if you release a checklist and you're a breaking company or you're a card shop or you're anybody in the hobby, there's plenty of people who do the right thing. They build a set of 1,000 cards. They announce there's a gold kaboom in here. And there's a gold kaboom in there, and that's what you're chasing, right? And that should be allowed, right? There's no reason to take that away. So that's my position on repacks. I don't think they're all bad. You obviously did it for an extended period of time too, and I'm sure you were proud of a lot of the repacks that you built.
I'm super proud of it, and they got ruined by a bunch of people that got greedy. There should be moderation. I appreciate that. Repacks aren't the end of the end because people are going to gamble if they like it or not. I just want you guys, you can do your repack, but then take that card and sell it yourself. Grade it yourself. Learn about the card. Listen, if it's an introduction to the hobby for you, that's a good thing. But,
when it comes down to it, a repack with a checklist, it's the same as ripping a pack.
It's probably statistically better.
Correct. Your odds are better, most likely, if the repack run is 1 to 100 or 1 to 1,000.
Yeah.
Think about how many packs.
We're not doing cards to make money. Well, at least I am not. This shouldn't be your business. This should be your hobby. You should be doing it for the love of the sport, not just to profit. So if you want a card, go out and get it.
Yes, I agree with you, but I would also say that if that's the case, that doesn't eliminate repacks from you chasing a card. You might love a gold kaboom Steph Curry, and you can get it for 1/30th of the price by hitting in a repack, right? So that's what I would say to the guy who you're talking about who doesn't want to sell the card. This isn't just about making money, right? You rip a card open because there's an adrenaline rush and you're trying to hit a card that you either want to sell for money or that you want to keep for yourself because you love the card. The same experience happens with the repack. As long as you know what you're chasing and you're not being lied to or scammed, right? So a repack could have a gold Steph Curry, or it could have a downtown LeBron James in it, or it could have a Patrick Mahomes NT at a 99, right? Depending on the level of the repack. And you can buy into that product for 1/50th of what the card's worth. And if that person wins, it's like winning the lottery. By the way, it's the same psychology, it's the same brain trigger as opening a pack of cards and hitting a big card.
You know what the best psychology would be? Going out and buying the card. That would feel better because you're just guaranteed. I'm not a gambler. I'm a very safe, nice Jewish man. I don't gamble. I don't throw my money away. I want to invest.
Ethan, I've seen you rip open packs before.
This is an investment. Listen, when I buy a card, it is not always for resale. It's just a net loss I put against the books because it's my hobby, you know?
Well, listen, I agree with you. If you want a card, go buy the card, right? If you believe in a player, buy that player. Invest in the player. Keep it in your closet. Whether you're a flipper, whether you're a long-term holder, whether you're just a collector and you love to keep cards and never sell them. Like, they'll go up in value if you pick the right guys.
And here's a newsflash for you guys. They don't put good cards in repacks. They put the cards that are floating around the market that they can get.
And by the way, they don't even need to be good cards. Pac Nicholson just paid $12K for the Jay Cutler Prizm 101 2012.
Sick.
So some guy probably bought that card for a couple $100 years ago, right? Because it wasn't a good card. It wasn't a good player. It was from an iconic set, but it's Jay Cutler. Who collects Jay Cutler? Guess what? Pac Nicholson collects Jay Cutler.
Smoking Jay, man.
$12K.
Jay Cutler was a dog.
Jay Cutler was a dog. All right, guys, before we wrap the show, we're doing our Lennox weekly loot giveaway, and we are giving away this incredible Joe Frazier autographed card. This is out of 2007 Sports King Joe Frazier auto. We had back-to-back boxing, Mike Tyson and Joe Frazier. We'll get back to football next week, guys. If you want to enter the giveaway, subscribe to Dappz Sports on YouTube, like this video, comment whatever you want to see in a future episode, and now you're entered to win the card. I am your host, Dappz. This is our co-host, Ethan. We appreciate you guys for watching. Up or down, we will be back next week on Thursday. See you then.